There's definitely people out now that are actually like rappers.
Yes.
Like their whole career as a rapper that are worse than Shaq was as a side project.
Isn't that crazy? But it's true. It's absolutely true, especially with the style of rap that's out now and how, not much is needed from you to make a rap hit. And poor Shaq, he's like sweating bullets trying to write lyrics. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And also another thing to think about is if you're Shaq and you're making a rap album, you're gonna get the best producers in the fucking world.
Oh yeah.
Because not only because you have the money and the access to do that, but on their side, it's like you were saying with Big, the producer's like, fuck yeah, I want to make a song with Shaq. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Shaq called me today, hey, I want you to play a guitar solo on a song, I'd be like, don't even pay me, just I'm there. Like, can I be in the video?
Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of videos, this made me laugh. In the videos for those songs, Shaq would be like on a stage, like rapping in front of a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why do you even need a stage? Like, you not on a stage is taller than most people on a stage.
Right. Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to be on a stage to just be towering above everybody with a microphone.
You just needed like a fence.
And it was so funny because the other, like, the people that were featuring on the songs, like the producers and stuff, would be like rapping with him, and he would be like, they would literally be like to hear on him.
That's hilarious.
And there were some good beats.
Yeah. Speaking of good beats, so we're shouting out to Shaq. And the Orlando, Florida seems to be winning here because we got some more Florida MCs coming up. But I would,
fuck Orlando though.
Oh man, but I want to carry
Bring
on.
the Magic to Tampa. Tampa needs an NBA team. It's bullshit.
What you would call it. Carrying on from what you're saying about producing, let's talk about Chris Webber.
Okay.
Because he's put out music, which I personally, like I'm saying, I didn't want to hear it. Like, and I don't think it was good. It was okay, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what Nas thinks. Because Chris Webber produced 2 tracks on 2 different Nas albums. Hip Hop is Dead. And then also his Greatest Hits album. Chris Webber produced 2 tracks on that, but he also has his own music.
Right, but no vocals.
No vocals on Nas. Only
features.
vocals on, no features. Only on his. And I was just like, I don't know. I was quite disappointed because as a young lady, I used to find Chris Webber very handsome. And there's almost nothing you can do wrong when I find you very handsome, except come out with a rap album when I feel like you shouldn't.
Well, this is actually interesting because Chris Webber, like obviously, I'm a big basketball guy.
Yeah.
And Chris Webber is like, he's not like an all-time legend.
Right.
So I'm curious, like, was he like a star just like in general back in the day? Like, I don't really know him as that. I always know him as like kind of like after he was his peak.
He was really great at what he did, and I just feel like he was just part of that school, that new school of rush of athletes that came in that just looked a little bit hip hop. They were proud to listen to rap. They hung out with different rappers. They hung out with different artists. And the 90s was like a golden age for rap. I think for rap, for sports, especially for basketball. Some may argue, especially people from the 70s and 80s, they may argue, but for me, the 90s was huge for basketball. So rap, basketball in the movies, a lot of that had something to do because you had a lot of
Shout out to Ray Allen.
Yeah. Right?
My guy. Yeah.
You had so many player. There were so many urban things that were really bubbling and hot at the same time. So I think everybody from that school knew each other and interwove themselves with each other. He wasn't a huge legend, and it wasn't like, something like, oh, Jordan made an album and it's just like, how come I didn't know about that? Like,
Could you imagine
I'd buy it
if Jordan made an album?
I don't know why. I just feel like Jordan could sing a slow song for some reason. I
was gonna say it wouldn't be rap.
Nah, I couldn't be rap.
There's no way he would do that.
Jordan
would sing some R&B.
Yeah, some R&B, maybe a Frank Sinatra song or something like that. You're from New York, Jordan. Sing New York, New York.
Oh, that would be unreal. I wish he would do that. I wish he would do that now.
Yeah, he's got the voice for it. He doesn't even have to, really sweat the keys. He's already got a low voice.
Every album comes with a pair of shoes.
So the album is $400 then.
The album is $1,000. But
one thing about
the newest Jordans.
Yeah. One thing about Mike, he's gonna get his cut. Okay. Nothing's for free.
Oh, I almost forgot to say, Shaq DJs too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And he actually does, he literally plays shows as a DJ to this day.
Really? I didn't know that.
I got an alert when I was looking up for this. I was listening to Shaq's music, and on Spotify it'll say concert dates.
Yeah.
He's playing in Atlanta in 2 days.
I'm going.
Or on the 18th, so in 2 weeks.
But
yeah, he's literally like Shaquille O'Neal DJing at this party. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you even fit in the party, dude? You're so fucking big.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But shout out to I feel like if we're talking about rap and NBA, I gotta shout out Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he really personified that whole crossover mixture.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the braids for one, right? And all the different styles, like the tattoos. He was he was definitely a poster boy for that.
Yeah. And they say to this day, before Allen Iverson, players didn't have as many tattoos and they didn't, do certain things. But now that's everyone does that in the NBA. It's no big fucking deal. And it's when you look back at the history of it, it's Allen Iverson was probably, as far as the style of the NBA, it's probably one of, if not the most influential people.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I hate this word, but definitely iconic.
I mean, he is.
And
especially in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's when some athletes are just so great, and then you use some talent that they have or something that they were born with, and you just see why it just kind of pulls everything together. Just the fact that his initials are AI, even as a child, was whoa. I was mind blown from the beginning.
I remember when I was a kid, we would play NBA video games before I even really watched basketball at all, and I was I don't know who this guy is, but I fucking like him. Because not only was everyone just it's AI, I'm that's cool. But then also he was a tiny guy.
Yeah.
He's not even maybe 6 feet tall.
Right.
And he was running circles around everybody in the league.
Absolutely.
Which is just dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? But
shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Iverson. But yeah, apparently, I don't remember who said this. Some athlete said all NBA players want to be rappers and all rappers want to be NBA players. Wow. That makes sense then. And I don't remember who said that. I really wish I did, but I'm I kind of see it. And Spike Lee. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that has to do with the whole entertainment aspect of it, we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Because both of those, if you're a rapper, let's say you're Lil Wayne, you're never going to be able to play fucking basketball. That's true. You know what I mean? But you can love it and maybe try to get into an all-star celebrity game or some shit because you want to know what that feels like. Yeah. Maybe Master P can explain that to us a little bit more, right? Wasn't he a baller turned rapper? Check out our next podcast where we interview Master P. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's really interesting how those worlds are really connected. Oh yeah. That way. Oh yeah. I think so too.